Hey, it's MK and I am back with another Follow a Sketch February. This is the sketch that I will be lifting today, and I decided to do something a little bit different on the sketch as if I haven't been doing that this entire time. All right, so I have an ephemera pack or ephemera pack, lots of other pieces from the Some Days collection by Pink Fresh Studios. I absolutely loved all of the little sayings and the labels and tags and tickets and things like that that come in the Pink Fresh, plus the colors. I don't necessarily like the Pink Fresh papers, but when it comes to their embellishments, they do a lot of labels and a lot of just little off-the-wall things that I absolutely love. Not really off-the-wall. They're my style, like tickets and labels and things like that. So I definitely look for those when they come out with new collections, especially when they come like office work stuff, and these were perfect. All right. I have a cut file that I created that is of a snake and added a little bit of diamonds just for, kind of like a texture thing. I have a head from a snake that I picked up from, and I'm talking, that I picked up from Cricut. And then I also downloaded this like scales template that I wasn't sure exactly if it was going to work or not, but I could not copy and paste and weld and do all the things that I wanted to get out of the scales to get my to get what I want. So I'm going to have to adapt and improvise. So I cut out a whole bunch of them. And then I have a bunch of like stencil butter as well as paper glazes. The stencil butter is from the Crafters Workshop and the glazes are from Picket Fence. So I'm just showing you guys the names in case you guys are curious. For getting the colors that I am using. I love this dark green. Now, these two pastes, in essence, is what they are very, very similar. However, the paper glaze does tend to dry a lot faster than the stencil butter, but they definitely do both have that shimmer and shine to them. Now, I didn't end up using the stencil butter. I just ended up using both of the glazes because when I went to go put the gold, I went from dark to light. So my green is the dark, and then the gold is the medium, and then the yellow was supposed to be the light. Well, after I put the gold down, it was kind of the same color when I put the yellow down. So there was no difference. So I decided, no, I'm not even going to waste the product. And go ahead and just leave it as it is. Now, I am on a video call with a girlfriend. So if you kind of see my hands doing the thing, I talk with my hands a lot and I don't know how to stop it, and I just cut out most of it as I can. So anyways, I took my little scales tiles and I went ahead and I sprayed them with a Heidi Swap Color Shine in one of my favorite colors, by the way. It's, oh gosh, what's that? I can't even think of the name of it, you guys. I apologize. And I didn't show it to you guys. So here's where I'm taking the gold. Now I was going to oh, yeah. See, I just totally dropped the fact that I was talking about Heidi Swap Color Shine. Chartreuse. That's the color, by the way. It's called Chartreuse. I was going to put the gold on exactly the same way that I put on the green, but when I put the green on and it went and dried, it's now textured. So I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to rub this on and then I'll get the highs and the lows and it'll be like different colors. And this is why I did not add the yellow that I picked out, because the highs and the lows were absolutely perfect. All right. So I also took my chameleon wax and I went ahead and I put it on the snake head because the bottom portion of the snake head I put on full blown the dark green paper glaze, but I didn't want the head to be darker. So I put the chameleon wax on first. So then when I put the dark green on, I mixed the two together because the wax takes a long time to dry, by the way. So I mixed the two together and I got a lighter green, which is what I was looking for. And then I added a little bit of the gold just so it kind of coordinated with what the snake that I already had. All right. And then I went and I got into my stash and pulled out some brown. It's kind of like a textured brown and it's got like embossing image on it. It's hard to explain, you guys. I don't know the words, but I'm using that as my background because I wanted to pull out some of that brown that is in my background paper from Minte. It is from the Farm Fresh collection from Minte, and I absolutely love it. It's got this gorgeous design on the back side, which I never know what to do, but the other side, the B side papers are just phenomenal for backgrounds. And then I outlined I put a white cardstock on the back of my photos because I wanted them to stand off just a little bit from the brown cardstock. And then I also tore the edges and then took my edge distressor and scuffed it up so they kind of curled and gave it a little bit of dimension. Okay, so then I took these tiles and I fussy cut through each of the ends so that way it looks like one continuous long strip of snakeskin. I know, I'm weird. Why would I want that on my layout? Because this is a picture of my son's pet snake in the 4th grade. So anyways, and he can't remember the name of the snake. So as soon as he does, I will go ahead and put that on. I'm putting a label on, and that's where the snake's name is going to go. But this was actually his second snake for a pet in a class. Yeah, because teachers think that's cool. But yes, I took the tiles. I took all 5 tiles because I wanted it to be a full 12 inches. It was actually a little bit longer, and I went and I fussy cut in between where I was going to glue the two together so that way it looked like one continuous area, one continuous pattern, even though if you look real close, it's not. But I couldn't get that pattern when I was trying to weld it together on my Cricut. So long story short, I fussy cut and made it work myself. So is it a labor of love? Yes, it is. All right, to match the sketch, I decided to go ahead and put a scallop border down. And again, I went with brown just to kind of bring in the brown from the background. I really do like how it looks. And then the point of the head of the snake is I kind of wanted it to look like the snake was wrapped around my layout and then its head was peeking over the top of the layout. Now, does it look like it? No, but that was the effect that I was going for in my brain. And then I am going to be using some score tape to hold it down because I don't know how well the photos will stick to my pasted snake down at the bottom. And you can't even tell that I added little diamonds to his body because I didn't want him to be all over the place. I wanted him to be here and there, and I didn't know how much I was going to be covering up. So I still like him. He's still cute-ish. But I picked out from my Pink Fresh Studio ephemera or whatever they're called, die cuts and things. I picked out a whole bunch of words that said, no way, what? Are you kidding me? And then, of course, one says, let it go. I had to put that on there, you guys. Seriously. I had to put that on there. And then I picked a little tab that says Friday. I'm sorry. I'm getting a kick because my husband's the one that took these photos. And he says, absolutely no way. No way was he holding that snake. And Isaac pulled it out and was showing Dad. And Dad was like shaking the whole time he's trying to take pictures. And it just makes me giggle because it's like, oh, you brave man. So I did also pull out, paper and pencil because it is at school. This snake lives at the school. And, and I went off camera and put together the title for this, which is Class Pet. Again, that label is going to be where his name is going to go as soon as I get it. That little circle sticker just says, nope. Like Class Pet, nope, not for me. And then this other sticker says, what? And then the other two, which are puffy stickers, say, let it go, and then no way. Because I just got it, like, yes, that would be so cool. Let it go. Because that would definitely be something that my boys would say. Now, I also have a larger tag, this one right here. It has the days of the week and it says some weekly schedule, I think is what it says. And I wanted to put it down for a larger cluster. It wasn't working. So instead I cut off between, to make it look like a ticket. And that's where it is housing my no way, because my no way kind of sort of matched the paper too well. And then from my alpha sheet, I had a whole bunch of periods and plus signs. And so I decided to make them little sprinkles all over my layout, just to give it a little bit of interest and a little bit of, sparkle, since I did use some gold-ish. And there's a lot of sparkle in the Heidi Swap spray that I used as well. And so then I am going to go ahead and use this Altenew gold. It's called Antique Gold. And I'm going to splatter it. However, I'm down to my very last portion of the bottle. And so I really have to tip it a lot to get some on the stem of the spray portion, and just go to town smacking it all over the layout just to get anything to come out, you guys. That's what that psychotic mess was that I was trying to do. And I actually ended up loving the way that this layout turned out. So instead of having a huge giant pie on my layout where the sketch had, I put a giant snake on there. I thought it was kind of cool. He's all coiled up, just like the one in my son's photo. And then, the giant one going up my page and coming back around is representing the one that's going across his arm. So anyways, here's a close-up of how I kind of merged those little tiles together to make my one long continuous piece, and make it work for me, because I couldn't get it to work in the program that I had it in. So anyways, thank you so much for watching today. I sure hope that you check out everyone else that is playing along with the Follow a Sketch February, and see what everyone else does for this sketch. I'm very curious to see how everybody else interprets this sketch. It's been my favorite time all month long, is to go in to the album and check out everyone else's take, because they are just so amazing how everyone sees, all these sketches. All right, thanks again, and I will check y'all later. Bye.